Hey Frederick,
Hey Oleg, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. You see, now I look like a Mario. It's a new level of isolation. Until isolation is done, I will use this mustache.
New style, yes.
Yeah. So how's your isolation?
My isolation is doing well. I have a lot of time to take care of dogs and pregnant wife and everything, so yeah, it's good. Um,
Sounds perfect.
Catching up on
You even
everything.
lost some weight, I can see.
Yeah, time to exercise is fun, right?
Yeah, it's perfect. Our lovely island now looks much more beautiful, very clean, amazing beach. New trend to make drone footage around. Everyone
Oh yeah,
film.
oh yeah, it looks beautiful. It looks beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. So I very miss our office to come back there as fast as possible. I hope that in a few weeks we can open office and start to work from there. All of the team
Yeah,
is expected as well very
I
soon.
think everyone is excited. Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's
Personally, I can't wait to actually leave this area and just go outside to another area, any area.
my,
So
my brakes on my car got rust, like right now. I just looked at it yesterday. that's why
oof.
that's why this is a real time when you can see how what's important and what not. Things what you used yesterday all the time, now it's maybe not that important for this moment, but everything get back to normal soon, I hope. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They're saying that starting from next month now, on the first, they will slowly but safe um, ease the regulations, right?
Yeah, I saw that in Phuket it's only few red zones for the moment. It
Yeah,
just a few of them, but the rest is supposed to open very soon.
yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. Everyone have a main question: when everything get back to normal? What is your opinion? When everything get back to normal?
Um, I back to normal. That's a very tough question, right?
What is
Back to
normal?
normal. I think high season will probably be back to normal.
Yeah, even right now I can see that people make their bookings still. They make their bookings for November, December, and people expect that everything will go back to normal during this time. But even in, I find a few articles from Bangkok Post and Trip.com that Chinese is ready to travel already. They're just waiting for opening of the borders of Thailand. That because their business was damaged quite a lot because of the virus, and even their peak season of Chinese New Year, many people not travel. It looks like they will be hungry now for any kind of traveling and vacations.
Well, I believe that almost everyone in the world right now wants to go out and have a look around. Everyone being crammed in. We've been pretty lucky here, right? We're still allowed to go outside in the daytime. We still get checked and so on, right? But I heard from clients and friends back in Europe, right? They don't even have they're not even allowed to go out unless they have papers and reasons, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We have here's freedom, but Thai government make it really fast and very nice result. Like for example, in Phuket, it's only 200 something cases, and this one is not that much for such a big island. And all of they lock everything in right time, I believe.
Yeah.
There's high respect for government in this case, comparing to many different places.
It's not at the same time. I mean, I've been telling some of my friends and so on back home, and we're lucky to live in Thailand, where physical contact is not something you do all the time, every day with everyone, because like when we meet, we shake hands and or hug, or if you're French, you do the kissing on the cheeks,
yeah.
and so on, right? Here in Thailand, we only have the Thai Y, so it's a little bit more physical distancing, just straight out of the box, right? Which is also contributing to safer and lower numbers here, right?
Yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense. Now probably many countries will be Buddhist as well. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Much safer. Yeah.
Yeah, or you can give them an elbow or something like this, right?
Yeah. During this time, people have more time to look at the ecology around, and many people understand that right now is a perfect time for reformat, to format the old system and start the new system, to care it for the planet and to start a new life. Even many people now staying at home, they see how many garbage they have, how many trash. It's before maybe they not recognize it, right?
No, and also we can see that's why it's so popular to fly with drones and so on, and everything here on the island, right? Because the water is so clear. The wildlife, we see wildlife coming back all over the world, and yeah, Mother Nature really liked this time out from us humans for a while, I think, and we can now directly see what impact we have on the environment, right? So I think that it's kind of a wake-up call for many people when they see what kind of impact we actually have, like you said, how much trash we actually do produce, and so on and so on. So now I think the ecological thinking and the eco-friendliness will boom.
Yeah, and also these new concepts will come, I think, for in many different industries and developments also. Same as like our concept, is proof now. We a little bit look at the future half year ago, and that's why this concept is proved. And even yesterday I watched some videos from YouTube channel called Never Too Small, and they also mentioned, okay, you can imagine for people who have to stay in not big units like 20 to 25 square meters during the quarantine, two person can kill each other, right? But in our concept, you just can close the bed, for example, and you have your living room, more space. At least few people can find different corners, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's why sustainable living, sustainable development now will make more sense, and people really understand it, not just on the words, by the real example, I think.
Yeah, and people might also starting to understand their spending habits, because I don't know about you, but at least for me now when I'm staying home, right, I realize that my air conditioner is running 24/7, of course, with my wife and so on. She's on her TV, watching her shows and so on. I'm in front of the computer all the time, so my electricity bill is going to be well, it was actually quite much higher than normal, right? And this is where sustainability comes in, right? Like when we decided to put solar panels in our project, right, it's 20% down would have put me back to where I was on a normal day, so to speak.
Yeah, and you actually cannot see it by normal day how much energy you spend, and but during this time, of course, you see actually it's this one in bill. But also about the bills, I heard the Thai government electricity department allow to people make some reductions, make some discounts and so on. Have you heard something about this?
Yeah, next month now that they will tell us how much we can cut off the electricity bills and so on. It's their support. I mean, Thailand is still a fairly poor country. Maybe not Phuket, but this is nationwide, right? So the government is doing a good job trying to help the people in as good as they can, right?
Yeah, and I respect them a lot for this one, because you can see that here is many people also doing their own self-organization, provide free food, provides many charity things. This one you cannot see in many different countries, same as in Europe, let's say, or maybe in Russia as well. There is little bit more different mood, but here is, I think that we almost passed this crisis, and now we will get back to normal very soon. But good thing is that people, even like it's small format of businesses as well, because many people before don't even think about working online. Many people before just doing their own way, only because of they know how it works. This is was 100% works, and they don't have reason to learn something new. But even right now, everyone have to find the new ways how to improve their business, how to make new channels of producing and so on. I speak with many friends who have real offline job, and now their brain is understands that, okay, what is something like this happen again, what kind of skill you have, what value you have, what you can make for the world, how you can even make money for yourself. And even me, for past months, I spend a lot of time with our homepage and other online works, and I realized that it's completely different flow of working. You know, like in the office, you can came to the person and say, oh, please doing this for me, or this or this. In online, to call, it's a bit complicated to explain, and then you do a screenshot or tag or something. And plus in Thailand is little bit of language barrier, but you still manage yourself. And for example, for me, it's a great time for learning my management skill, where you have a task and you have a tool how to make result from this task. And actually it's a success there. So for example, for myself, I get this really nice new way of working, and I think I will integrate it in future if keep this flow again and again. That's what I feel really good about this time for past months.
Yeah, I mean, even our job is it's mainly something that I would say would be preferred to do face to face. But during this time, we had a lot of videos and video calls like this, conference calls. I heard about this software called Zoom that just exploded because it's everyone was using it, and there was some issues with it. But Skype and all of this, right?
I remember how Skype looks in the last maybe 10 years. I didn't open it for maybe 10 years.
No, I started using Skype now for the first time in forever. I even deleted it from my computer, right? I had it on my phone, but that's about it. But no, it's amazing how this affected the entire world, but it also affected the way that people took decisions, because now people been in isolation for so long that people, even Amazon and so on, they had to tell people to stop buying too much stuff online and keep it down to essential goods only. So they had to stop people from ordering gadgets and all of this stuff, right? So, and we even seen an uprising trend in online for us in the real estate market as well. We have a lot more inquiries online, and
even successful cases. This is
and successful sales, yeah. Which before it did happen, but that was normally with people that's been here, that already knew about it and so on. Now it goes from zero to a complete sale in everything online. So it's an amazing new concept, right?
Yeah. This one is it's what we dreaming on back in the days, but it's already here. Future is here, and now I think it will be a big refresh of the companies and the market. Like people who want to be stable and big companies, they will take attention for online. They will push for it, because without this it's too risky to keep the only old school flow. So that's why now I think it's a big challenge for everyone.
Yeah, it was also a big wake-up call for us companies, sort of speaking, as well, right? Many things that we probably knew that they could happen, but they were so unlikely, like a complete world lockdown. I don't think that anyone would ever think about it. So I think that this created a lot of awareness with people when it came to understanding, especially for investments into the future. How long into the future do you plan, and what is safe to invest in? What are the different risks that you go through, and why you go for the long-term investments rather than the short-term investment. I think that was something that this thing also brought into the whole thing.
Yeah, definitely. Even, for example, many people is worries how rentals will go in future, how markets will start. For example, as far as I heard that Europe will be locked down until end of the year. Most of the tourist destinations in like Spain and Italy, even until end of the March of next year. That's why so many people cannot travel there, but it's a high season there. That's why many people will look for opportunity to go in other countries, whereas Thailand, of course, can win, because here is a, let's say, specifically Phuket, I would say, because let's say many people right now with the city tourism will be a little bit not that popular, it will be lower popular, but still like real vacation places where people go for the swim and have a relaxed holiday have to boom, because people really tired.
Yeah, so I completely agree. I mean, the fact that Europe is closing down is actually very good for us here in Asia, right? That means that we will have a lot of people coming over to Southeast Asia, and particularly Thailand and Phuket, to get a little bit of freedom, some fresh air after all of this, right?
Yeah, sure.
And already now, I with the different projects and so on that I know of, they already have bookings for this upcoming high season and so on. And I do believe that we'll have a big boom this high season, since people been waiting, and when they finally get the chance, they will just go out and they will travel. I believe so. And when it comes to the rentals, again, it's what makes the rentals is, again, supply and demand. If a lot of people start traveling, more people that before would never consider coming here, but now because Spain or something where they usually go locked down, that means that we have even more people coming here. So that would be increasing the demand, but the supply is staying fairly the same, right? So it's going to be a very good investment right now in small sustainable accommodation all over Phuket again. So all of these disasters and so on that happens in the world, it's horrible, but for the economy, it always finds a way back. Exactly like Mother Nature, I guess.
Yeah, I think that it will be slight changes. Let's say in airports, it will be more checks, for different checks for safety, and many airports already learn how to do it and already prepare themselves for for those stuff. And I think that most of the, let's say in Thailand, most of the air companies and flight companies, they was supported by government quite a lot, and of course some of them will have damages, but it's like you said, it's supply and demand. As soon as borders is open and people want to travel, it's no big issue to set up more flights and so on. Yeah, and for if we speak about rentals and here what we see right now is that these ridiculous offers with 10-15% return from the property value on investment, it will be more difficult to get, and people will look at the real companies who's providing real return according to the actual situation in the market. So because even right now, if you, I think is a good indicator to look at the properties, how much your property can make you for a long-term period. If your property can make, if you rent it out for long terms, for example, with monthly payments all over the year, if you, let's say you get in the end your number of 5%, or let's say 6%, maybe 4%, it's still, this one is a realistic and less risk time, for less risk return, in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, we have people that we have projects that promise very ambitious returns, right? I've seen offers way past 10% per year, guaranteed. I seen projects that promise for a very long period of time, plus 10 years and so on, right? And while it looks good on paper and it's probably fairly easy to sell it, people still have to start looking, and I believe that's what people open their eyes up to. It's not realistic, and it's never really been realistic to offer those kind of things. What we did, we just set up something that we knew that even if something like this were to happen, that we wouldn't go bankrupt. We wouldn't put ourselves in a situation where we could not perform. Our rental program that we set up now is fairly easy for us to achieve the minimum guarantee, but then we do a share on everything that's on top of that, and everyone is happy in the end anyway. So I do believe that people got more educated and more and they opened up their consciousness to the fact that it's not only about the beautiful numbers and what people say and promise. It's also if they can perform what they promise, right?
Yeah, I think the magic of it is three factors. It have to be three happy parts. It have to be happy developer who can make comfortable and reasonable easy sales. It have to be happy owner with his purchase and with his return, and it have to be happy management company who actually can provide all of those conditions. So if those three factors works, so then it's a real work system, which really works. Yeah.
I will add one more. There has to be one more happy. It has to be a happy renter as well.
Yes, this one is
yeah.
a fourth one. Yeah, exactly.
So
And
you have to still have a management company that has the budgets enough to spend a little bit extra on the people that actually stays,
to provide
so
service.
that to provide all of the services and everything, so you get returning clients. That's also extremely important, right? And in order for that to happen, you cannot promise to give away 99% of your income, or play with the fact that, yeah, maybe for the first couple of years we won't really make any money, but in 5 years, in 10 years, well then, because that's not a real thing. It's nothing tangible that you can control. Something like this can happen again, and then what you do. So it's a matter of finding a balance where you, as a buyer, you get a security that you want. You want to have a guaranteed income that is more than just what you can get in the bank. We, as a developer, we want to have a tool to be able to sell to people, and to have offers that are very attractive for the buyers. And of course, the management company afterwards have to have realistic targets. They shouldn't give up before they even start, because they can never reach these numbers. And if they cannot reach these numbers, again, this is business, so no one is going to work for free. So that means that either, if the developer doesn't want to take care of this, yeah, then the management company that's going to take over, they're gonna start in a very steep uphill, which means that if the developer doesn't want to take care of it, why would any management company take over when they take over a project with an attachment of paying out almost everything they make? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I believe that you need to put it in perspective.
Also, I think that on our island is situation that most of the, not only like developers, companies, they use, like I said before, very standard way. Like they just copy something what's really they believe works, yeah, and they doing it, and not look at the real future. It's short goals. But right now, all of this situation, this virus and so on, shows that you need to make really good planning for future to make sure that you're able to manage, because it's in situations where people buying property for investment, and then management company does not perform and not make them happy. It's not the best point for the market. But in reality, my opinion that any property is a value. First of all, you buy in value. For example, if you buy property in Russia, you cannot expect any return if you don't do it by yourself. As soon as other company, here is a good point in Phuket, that company is ready to do it for you, and you just sit and you just look at your bank account, how much money you earn. Here is, that's why here is like it have to be a balance between everything, between the good quality of management and happy owners. Well, something like this I can see. Yeah.
Well, we still have a big advantage when it comes to labor, right? Labor doesn't cost that much as it do in many other places in the world, right? Plus, we have a lot of expats like you and I that comes to Phuket or to Thailand to work and make life there. I mean, I've been here for 15 years now. I'm not gonna leave. So when it comes to finding labor and so on, it's fairly easy and fairly cheap, so to speak, right? So that means that we still have a very nice and good opportunity to offer a fully managed investment, that I would still say that about 90% of our buyers do not live here. They come here for a month or maybe 2-3 weeks per year, and for the rest of the time they just want to rent out and get their returns. And this is not possible everywhere in the world, because to have someone to take care of your unit, to have all of the staff, everything from cleaning to security guards and everything, it costs a lot of money, especially in places like Europe and so on. But here we can still have all of this and give a very good return. I mean, when people are looking around on properties here in Phuket, they see returns of sometimes, like I said, plus 10%, and that's extremely good. But what people don't think about is that if you put the money in the bank, you'd be happy to get 1 or 2% as for the moment. To get something like 5% or even 3% net is a very good return in the short run. When you take that over a period of, let's say, 5 to 10 years, and you can start calculating the actual growth of the capital gain of your property, and of course the accumulation in all of this increase of rental of the rentals per room, because every year we see the rental rates going up. It builds up very fast. I mean, to get compound interest is one of the best things that exists, right, when it comes to investment.
Yep. So let's see how it back to normal, and let's see when our Paradise Island will be open for everyone. I'm really looking forward for it. Yeah,
me too.
Yeah. I hope that people like our format of podcasting, and where we can discuss, and maybe someone would like to ask some questions. Feel free to do it in the comments. We are happy to reply to everyone and to answer to the questions. And of course follow our YouTube, where you can get all of the updates. Thank you, Frederick, for your time and for this call. I hope to see you very soon.
Thank you too. Yeah, looking forward.
Yeah, don't forget to use mask. Still, it's still 20,000 baht. 20,000 baht fine if you go outside. Do you know when it will be changed?
I have no idea, but I think it's a good practice to continue wearing it for at least for a while longer, right?
At least for 1 month minimum, I think it's still good. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Thank you.
Have a good day, and speak to you later.
See you.
Okay. Take care. Bye-bye.